It is Aloha Friday, the 10th of January, 2014. Thanks for being here, local swell trackers. Wanted to start off with a little hindcasting and tell you also quickly the forecast is looking epic. Here's that old big north swell that we saw reach heights of 10 feet about a week ago. Clicking in the animation, you can see we kind of set up with a complex low pressure system last weekend, and that created all the swells we've been seeing this week with some localized northeast swell. So that was it for that last week, and we had a good average of about 5 to 7 with some bad winds, though, thanks to the northeast tilt and fresh paced winds. Bringing us to Friday's models, currently there's a high pressure moving east into the area. This low pressure storm here that'll bring us up some waves from the north-northwest on Saturday to hopefully 3 to 5. There's a pressure gradient between these. There's a shear line here and some winds behind it, nosing to within 500 miles of the islands. It will add north to north-northeast swell on Saturday. Hopefully 3 to 5. For sure 4 feet minimum on a mix of north-northwest and north for Saturday, and that'll be fading out on Sunday. Moving forward, you can see again another complex pattern of low pressure way up near the Aleutians. That's going to change shortly, and I'll show you, but I wanted to bring up the next swell producer. This stormy area up here way off the Kurile Islands tracking east will be bringing us up on Monday to 3 to 5, maybe 4 to 6. From the west-northwest, coming in Monday afternoon, peaking Tuesday again, 4 to 6 hopefully. And the next one comes off the same area here with a better track getting closer to us, and this will bring us up Wednesday afternoon with the swells of 7 feet 14 seconds. That should equate to a minimum 6 to 8, possibly 10 at Sunset Beach. For sure 6 to 8 for Wednesday afternoon into Thursday, right before the big event. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This guy right here. A very broad storm. Look at all the area it covers. It's embedded, enhanced, and steered by the incredible jet stream that we see shape up. And the thing about this guy is he tracks right towards us, builds with some 30 to 40 foot seas as he starts to weaken and broadens, noses to within about 300 to 500 miles of us. This guy right here has the potential to be 15 to 20, maybe 22 feet. Don't want to give 25, but the buoys from WaveWatch at this point, a week out, are claiming 19-foot seas at 18 seconds, which could top out at spots like Jaws at easily 25 plus. That's what we're going to go ahead with at this point, but the models have downgraded these. There is a decent amount of room for error. And if that's not enough, check this out. Right on its heels, another one comes very close, even closer than the last one. It's smaller, but still, since it's so near to us with another partially captured fetch, this is going to pump us up to warning levels on Monday the 20th or earlier. And it looks here that on the last day of the model forecast, we have another system coming off of the Kurile Islands tracking our way. We'll see how that storm develops. But we're going to go ahead with one more roll through. You can see just a ton of action. And this is going to be the main deal for next week, with something pretty serious right on its heels. But next week and weekend is going to be epic. Now we're going to go to the South Pac. That's right, Australia, New Zealand. We have 2 swells of interest, out-of-season swells, and pretty much like summer swells. Here's the first one right here that sneaks up the east coast of New Zealand. It's gales. It's fairly broad. It has a decent track. This is for Monday, Tuesday, the 14th. And we should be seeing some 2 to 3 solid from the south on Monday the 20th to the 22nd. So it should last a few days. And then check this out. An even stronger storm also hugging the east coast of New Zealand with much higher seas. And it's just a more solid storm. This is winter caliber right here. This guy should, in fact, pump us up to 2 to 4 feet along the southern shores on Thursday the 23rd and hold into Saturday. Let's go ahead one more time through the model runs and see the beauty of it all. We're just going to spread out the crowds. There's this one for 2 to 3 plus, and this one, I'm going to say 2 to 4 plus too. It looks pretty special. I may be getting a little excited. Okay, let's resume now with the surface charts. Here's that high pressure moving east, as I was saying, and then the low pressure here bringing our swell in this weekend. and the shear line associated with that low and the winds behind it will bring in some north as well. There's some troughiness coming in from the east and especially affecting the Big Island of Maui. We're actually even feeling it up here on Oahu, and that front's going to be bringing in some more weather and southeasterly winds over the weekend. And thanks to the big lows that are marching in again with another, we're going to also disrupt the trade wind flow and become variable Monday or Tuesday. So southeasterly winds over the weekend, variable Monday and Tuesday, and we'll see what's going to happen with the winds after that. You can see a ton of low pressures way up there in the North Pac, some highs down here, keeping some off and on trade wind flows. We've been seeing a lot of northeast from these guys in conjunction with the lows. Now we'll jam up to the water vapor loops, 20,000 feet up. Here's what it looks like there. The brown region showing the dry sinking stable air masses. There comes that front in the upper regions right here approaching us, hitting Kauai as always as first. Signs of the disturbances east of the Big Island, and a ton of counterclockwise spinning storms up there in the Gulf, bringing huge waves up to them. Here's what it looks like as we drill down. See lots of clouds, see the front, highs in the upper 70s, lows in the upper 60s. Here's a global view of the overall scenario. Here we are at 20 degrees north. You can see that northeasterly tilt to the winds from the cloud movement. And we're definitely seeing some more rainfall over the islands. We just had a big splash here on Friday around 2 o'clock. And I'm going to finish up today with a look at the jet stream, the large upper air currents that steer and enhance the low pressures. Here she is coming flat off of Japan for January 11th, tomorrow, Saturday, splitting just our side of the date line with the northern branch heading up into the Gulf, the high pressure, the blue showing the high pressures blocking. But as time goes on, watch the jet stream deepen with some 180 to 90 knot winds and move all the way past, flat off of Japan to past us to the east. Thus, some very large storms moving very close to the islands, and that's exactly what the Wave Watch 3 are calling for now. So one more run through the loop, watch it deepen, watch it stretch out all the way to the islands, cutting off the trades, and take a look down under. Look at the equatorial bound flow to the jet stream down there. These don't happen very often this time of year. It's solid enough. Let's hope the model fantasy comes true. It's still 7 days out, and things can change, but it's definitely worth a heads up. And that's your local swell tracker. I'm GQ, dropping it in for you. We'll be back next week. Let's see how these forecasts turn out. One thing I can tell you, it is going to be special. Aloha.